Hello. Hi.
Hi.
This is Miles.
Hey,
It's been 6 months
at least.
since we did a podcast together.
Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
hmm
Uh-huh. No particular reason why. Like we've hung out many times. We
I
just
just
haven't
think
done anything.
I just think when we get the idea, hey, maybe we should do something, we're already like too far gone
Yeah,
to,
it
to
could be.
decide to do something.
We had a nice dinner tonight, nice rainbow trout dinner.
Miles is, you may not know this, he is a great cook. He not only is good at cooking, he enjoys it, which I like eating. I don't really care for cooking.
I really enjoy it. I actually wanted to start my own YouTube channel for cooking. I just haven't done it yet.
People in the comments encourage him to start a YouTube channel. It'd be really, I think you could do live streams.
I feel like I need more equipment. And I need a
You
good
don't.
space to do it. You know what I mean? I don't want to go in there and just be all not good. Not good with
Go
the
go back and watch like my first videos. I'm not good. You have to you have to just start and you get better as you go. You're not gonna come out of the gate with like a
I mean production
fantastic.
value wise, I want it to be good. Like I want it to be good right away.
It doesn't need. This is one of the things I've noticed though with like videos that get popular, or just how social media is generally now.
Yeah.
Look at the most popular like TikToks, YouTube videos. A lot of them have low production value.
I'm not
Like
on,
you don't you need to, the content needs to be is first. That needs to be like, as long as you're interesting and what you're doing is interesting and you're like a unique person, people will watch.
Yeah.
The production value, if anything, if it's too overproduced, people are like turned off by that because it looks too much like, TV, and people don't want to watch TV. They want to see real people. So you have to be yourself. You have to be authentic.
I know.
That's what it is. It's authenticity. If it comes off as inauthentic because it's overproduced,
Can I swear on YouTube or will they demonetize me?
well, it depends on the word, but typical swears,
Fuck.
you can do that.
All right.
I
'Cause
bet-
I need to swear to have, and also, you remember what was it? TBS, I think, back in the '90s, mid to late '90s. They had dinner and a movie. That's my whole idea. Is because I love movies. I love horror movies, and I love I'd be like, hey, you're a single guy having a date over, cooking dinner for your date. Here's a dinner that you can do for cheap, and you know what? I'm giving away my whole idea.
No one's watching this.
All right, but
But no, that's you
Yeah.
should, like you love movies, you love cooking, combine those two together, make a great, you could do it. Just start it. Just even if you don't like upload the first example of it, just like shoot something, just do it. Just
Yeah.
see what it's like.
yeah,
And
true.
then just go from there.
I think I know exactly what I would do for the first episode, but yeah, it's June right now. So right now I'm really into 80s slashers. I've always am, but this time
You
of year,
always are.
this time of year
It's
in
not just 'cause
particular,
it's June.
there's just so many that are so good from that era, and they're like camp, people getting killed at camp, Jason.
And you have like a solid VHS collection, don't you?
Okay.
Of a lot of those.
Funny thing happened. I went to the dump, okay, and there was a guy in front of me, and he had 4 like huge Rubbermaid bins full of VHS tapes, and I said,
No way.
"Yeah, I haven't even told you this."
No.
I'm like, "I will take those tapes off your hands like right now. Like you don't throw them away. Just give them to me. I'll take them." So like literally filled the car with these bins, take them home. Me and my wife go through them.
They're all just like personal sex tapes.
We like to call those mystery tapes. But we went through the tapes, like bin by bin, and I was looking for 80s horror, 80s slashers, because those are worth money, and like there's what I like.
You just like them, yeah.
Anyway, turns out this family was like super religious, and there was none of that.
It's all just recordings of like Sunday morning.
There was
church
like
shows.
Jesus's like birthday. Well, I guess Christmas.
This guy was probably like, you have no idea what you're getting.
There was so much. There was so much Christian tapes of like Christian movies and like Ned. It was like Ned Flanders' VHS collection. I was like, oh, geez, man. Oh, and there was one actor, and they had a ton of movies. I think it was John Travolta. It was like just a ton. I'm like, wow, they really love John Travolta. You know what I mean?
What is he? He's religious, isn't
Scientologist.
He's Scientologist, yeah.
Anyway.
So it was just like
I wanted
all that
horror
and John
movies,
Travolta.
and I got the exact opposite of what it was. It was
It's possible
Christian
though that those
movies.
are even rarer because who the hell would collect VHS tapes of those kinds of movies?
I always check eBay. There was a ton of Disney movies still in the cases and stuff, and those ones are actually worth cash. But
Really?
they're kind of
I feel like I have some of those.
yeah.
Or I should say my parents have some of those. Yeah, I had like Lion King, Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah.
Aladdin, all that stuff.
I think Lion King everybody had because that was
Titanic on 2 VHS tapes.
Oh, I got two copies of that. Bro.
Of course you do.
I got Braveheart. That's another double tape.
Oh yeah, that is.
What else is a double tape?
That's so. I remember renting a movie and it came on 2 tapes. You had to like, oh,
I have
Next one
I
goes
have
bizarre.
the original miniseries. Like it was like a 2-parter on
Yeah.
HBO or something. But that used to be a double tape, and I have it on 1 tape because the tape technology when I got it was advanced, so they could fit the whole thing on 1 tape.
wow,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Anyway,
They expanded the VHS technology.
Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that.
What's that? What else has been going on? What's? I have a question. Does the news bother you? Does the state of the world, does that impact your daily mood, or are you able to like compartmentalize like what's happening in the world versus what's happening in your life?
Yes, I am able to I am able to. I'm able to.
Compartmentalize.
I've had 7 beers. Okay, I'm able to
Separate the two.
Mentalize.
Yes. So you can't separate those two things.
Yes, I can separate it because I take anxiety medication and my thoughts don't loop anymore. So it's like I'll think about it. I'm like, oh man, world sucks right now, and then I'll be like, I really like Ninja Turtles. So I don't.
That sounds like a good pill. I don't know.
I'm on the most basic anxiety medication there is. Like so many people are on it.
I don't have like looping thoughts though. It's just then again, my job is to cover the state of the world. So, but it's definitely.
I feel you, bro, because I do the news too, right? Like, but I do it in a more controlled way. Like you pick stuff that you find interesting and important.
Yeah. I
find stuff that I think most people think is important, and I try not to. I don't know how to say it. I guess
you don't absorb it too much. Though?
I just be like, I think this is important for people to know.
Yeah.
And then I do a 30-second story on the radio, and then I move on. You know what I mean? I don't spend 15 minutes talking about a topic.
Yeah, radio is a little different because there's sort of like a formula to how you're going to cover it, and whereas like I'll spend like hours like researching a topic, and it's just like usually
it can be draining for sure,
draining, depressing.
I was thinking like when COVID was around, that's all it was. That's all the news was. Every story was just especially for the first year, basically, it was like
I remember
It was like, oh my gosh, like
I remember hating that so much because I'm like, I don't care about science. Like, I don't care.
I love science.
I appreciate it, but I don't care to discuss it and like engage with it.
I'm not a scientist.
That until there were charts that came out showing like infection rates and like basically like charts over time showing like different countries and how their approaches were like. I found that interesting.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of it, it was very just like, oh, I got to talk about a virus. Like that is so like it's important, but it's so boring for me. It's like,
I'm worried about the next time a virus hits, man. There's going to be so many people.
I don't want to think about that.
There's going to be so many people resistant to information that doesn't align with what they believe or think. It's
I had this very optimistic idea that at the beginning of COVID, this is going to bring the world together. We're all going to realize how important it is to rely on, whether it's scientists or one another, but also just like information and be very reliant on the experts and hope and bring people together and back down to earth. And it just did the complete opposite.
I know. Okay. I had this moment when I was getting my first shot. Yes, I'm vaccinated. Kill me. I had this moment when I was at the first vaccination and I saw all these volunteers, man, all these people helping. And they were like, here, you go here, go over here. And like, it got to me. I was like, wow, man, like everybody's like coming together to like, really help people right here. And then you got the whole other opposite spectrum for people who are like proud of like the anti-vax part, right? And they're like, I'm proud to stand up. I'm a freedom fighter. It's like
freedom fighter.
You're not a freedom fighter, man. You have no fucking job, and you're like not doing fucking anything. You're just complaining about the government.
But it's like freedom fighter against like it's freedom from what? From people that spent their whole lives like engaged in information gathering around their specific field. Like you don't. It's like, I use this analogy near the beginning of COVID when I was discussing this. It's like when like Rogan was like raising questions about this stuff. It's like me doing a podcast talking about working out. Like what and like doing it like with an authoritative voice when I have clearly like I'm not an expert. I'm working out, but these people that know shit all about science will espouse their views as if they know what the fuck they're talking about when they have no fucking idea.
I have friends that are anti-vax and they're good people, man. And they aren't the ones that are like spend their whole lives like, I'm going to die for this cause. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, I just don't want to do it. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Don't do it. You know what I mean? But like,
to make it your identity, I think is like
to make it your
level.
identity is something else for sure. Like, my identity is not,
vaccinated
I'm
man.
a vaccinated man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
That's not my exact.
My sperm's tainted.
I don't even like think about. I mean, thankfully we're the worst of COVID is over. Then again, it's long COVID and stuff, but like the worst of it is over. So
and people
this
died.
Is less in our mind now.
So many people died,
and many are still like they're. Well, I think I'm not gonna. There's a chart. I think it was Denmark.
Now throw a number out there.
I don't know the specific. Again, I saw a chart about a country. I think it was Denmark. It may have been Sweden, but it was a country that didn't have great COVID policy at the time, and now they're seeing like increased deaths among people that had COVID, and it's like it's happening now, and it's essentially like long COVID or people that have health problems because of their exposure to COVID again and again and again and again.
I find it hard to believe that COVID would not be handled well in one of those Scandinavian countries because like the quality of life is so high, right? Like in Denmark and Stockholm and Helsinki, all those Scandinavian countries. Just like Canada, baby.
That's why I was. No, we got our problems. That's why I was.
Yes, we do.
That's why I was surprised when I think it was Sweden. I was very resistant to a lot of COVID policy. But I think you're right. Generally, like a lot of those countries are even able to maybe overcome some of that because they have a stronger social safety net, and a lot of people are housed, they're not homeless, and they have proper health care. So they were even able to overcome some of the greater issues around maybe lack of COVID policy. But let's move off COVID.
I would, obviously. I would love to live in a Scandinavian country. I think it would be great. I watch House Hunters International, and
you learn a lot there.
Man, It's a great show. Like when they go to the Scandinavian countries, it's like, man, yeah, I could totally live there. But it's like Canada in some spots. But like,
what's the cost of housing like in like?
I don't know, but their social network is like so great. You know what I mean? Like the healthcare and everything, and it's just year after year they're like number
in terms
like
of
in the top of the world rankings of
livability. Yeah.
I would. Yeah.
Well, we're stuck here. We have no green
Canada
card.
Sucks.
No, Canada's good. It's got issues. But it could be worse, especially when I cover the news, I see it could be worse.
I mentioned this to David before we started filming, but we have to talk about the Stanley Cup Final just quickly. Yeah, Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers. We are hockey fans. Yes, we are Leafs fans. First and foremost, we are Leafs till we die, baby. But the Oilers, I'm totally going for the Oilers. I want to see Connor McDavid win his Stanley Cup. He has to. He's one of the greatest players that's ever played. Do you not agree?
I agree. Just quickly, for people that don't watch hockey, pick a team. Do you want to see Edmonton or do you want to see Florida, Miami area? Do you want to see them win? One of those two.
This is Florida's third time in the Stanley Cup Final. First time, 1996. Second time, last year. Lost.
They've never won.
Now, this year, they've made the Stanley Cup Final 2 years in a row, which is extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
They have the team to do it. They can absolutely win this Stanley Cup.
And I usually go for the underdog or the team that's never won.
Mm-hmm.
This time, it's Edmonton. It's Connor McDavid. I want to see Connor McDavid. Also, this is maybe just me as a Leafs fan and my broken brain. Mm-hmm. I feel like if he wins a cup in Edmonton, he's more likely to come to Toronto. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I accomplished it. I gave you guys a cup. I can leave now without you hating me.
I would 100% agree with that. And why that is important is because Connor McDavid's from the greater Toronto area.
Yeah, he's a group Leafs fan.
He grew up as a Leafs fan. So if he does win his cup in Edmonton, yes, I definitely can see him coming to Toronto too.
I do think, though, I think Florida's going to win. I think Florida's the better team.
Florida's a great team.
They've been running through teams all year. They've been great all year. Edmonton had a rough start. Then they fired their coach. The coach, I don't think, was the issue, but regardless, once they replaced him, they got a lot better. And like they went from a team that was definitely out of the playoffs to a team that is now in the finals.
Oh, they were the bottom of the league at the end of November. It was wild. And then they fired their coach, and then they came on.
Yeah, but Chris Knobloch, their coach, that it's the greatest division between a coach with playoff games and a coach with like. So Knobloch has like
Maurice, the
Paul Maurice has like what, like over like 1,000 games.
Yeah,
and then
he's a great coach.
And Chris Knobloch has like under 70 games total.
I honestly seeing this go deep. If the Edmonton goalie Stuart Skinner can play well, I see it going to 7, and anything can happen in Game 7.
I think a lot is going to hinge on Skinner because he's
got to play lights out.
He can be great, but he has moments where he's not
great.
And Bobrovsky on Florida's side is at least past couple of years has been consistent. When he first signed his big contract with Florida,
he had the biggest terrible save of the playoffs. The behind the back glove. Yeah. Oh my gosh! If you don't know, YouTube it. Anyway,
it's gonna be good. Starts tomorrow night, Saturday. Everybody watch. Hockey is growing.
June 8th.
More people are paying attention to hockey, not just in Canada.
I don't understand how people don't like hockey
because they're American and they like to sit and watch 10 minutes of football and 80 minutes of commentary.
Hockey is like football, but it's always going, and there's no out of bounds, and the guys get hit harder.
Hockey seems like a sport that Americans would love. Yeah. It's fast. It's rough.
It's not theirs, man.
That's I know, the thing. And it's very nationalistic.
But the best player in the world is playing in this Stanley Cup Final, and he hasn't won a cup yet. Connor McDavid. If you want to see talent, this is the Stanley Cup Final to watch.
Yeah. It's been great. I've watched a lot of the vast majority of these playoff games.
Dave's always been a hockey fan as long as I've known him, but like the last couple of years,
it has grown.
He's following blogs. He's following podcasts.
I listen to hockey podcasts now.
Like
I'm that
he's
guy.
right into it.
I'm very much into it.
He knows what he's talking about.
Well, you know what? I mean, I don't not to get too deep into this, but it was about 10 years ago when I was like, you know what? I can't watch hockey anymore. At least on a consistent basis. That's when Boston came back in the third. Leafs were in the.
That's being a Leafs fan.
Yeah. Basically, first round playoffs. Leafs were up by 5 goals in the third period in Game 7.
Four in
2013.
Goals. No, it was 4-1 with 10 minutes left to go. Game 7, 2013.
4-1, 10 minutes left, and they lose the game, lose the series. And there was some. I remember there being some bad ref calls too. I'm like, this game, I can't watch hockey. I can't watch a sport. I can't watch this league.
It was honestly probably the roughest loss.
It broke me. Like I stopped watching hockey. It broke me.
I remember going on Facebook and being like, "Eat it, Bruins fans!" Like, and I was like, "What is going on here?" And I was like, "Oh my god, this was awful. It was just the worst." And there's probably maybe a couple Boston fans watching right now, being like, "Yeah."
And that's how. Last year when they collapsed against Florida, I was loving it. I was sitting back with a cigar, like,
anytime any Boston team, really, man. I don't want to see you win anything because you guys have been blessed.
Yeah, you've had enough wins in your life.
You guys have had wins in basketball, and football, and hockey, and baseball.
You deserve to not have a win for the rest of your lives.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you never win anything ever again. All right, so you have a video to show us, Miles?
Yeah, I saw this guy. You see those like realtor houses, realtor videos. This one's
starting strong.
This one actually like cracked me up quite a bit. This guy like basically goes through the entire house in like under 2 minutes.
This is what $12,000 is going to get you in Hagerstown, Maryland. This is speed tour, so let's take a look. First, we see the office space, and in here we see a beautiful closet. Right here's a beautiful half bath, and in here we go. Guys, this is the family room. My family left me when I was 3. I don't know what this room is, but...
Oh, that's a sweet deck.
There's a beautiful deck, not as beautiful as me. Back inside, speed tour. Right here's the pantry for my belt busters. This is the mudroom with spots to hang your coats. In here... garage!
Wow.
Inside, that's the mudroom. This is the kitchen, beautiful kitchen. Right here's where you put your dining room table, and up the stairs we go. Speed tour, speed tour. Bedroom number 1, in here.
Big bedrooms.
This is a walk-in closet.
Window
right
in the closet.
Beautiful view of the neighbors. Out we go. Bedroom number 2. Beautiful view. Take a look. Out we go. Right here we see a walk-in closet.
Oh my
Perfect
God.
closet for your wife. You know you won't get any space. In here, 2-person shower. DM me. Double vanity here. And right there's another closet. Take a look. Out we go, that's the toilet. Out we go, that's bedroom number 2. Moving on, bedroom number 3. There's a walk-in closet. Show them.
Oh my God, all these walk-in closets.
There's another beautiful view out there. Washer, dryer, a closet. Double sink vanity. That's a toilet. That's a shower. Out we go. Last bedroom. Another view of your neighbors. Right here's the closet. If you guys want to buy this house, you DM me.
Oh my God. People have so many.
Trent Miller.
People have so many good ideas for things.
Yeah.
Who would have thought a speed view of a house would work like that?
I'm sold.
I was impressed by the house, actually. Looked like a nice house.
It gave me exactly what I wanted to see. I don't need to like spend a lot of time. Like if there's room, then let's go.
Then again, sometimes, I want to absorb and just like imagine living there, and like I want those sweeping views, those
I'm sure
aerial views of the house, and then it goes in and it's like, oh, look at this.
If you called
slow
him,
zoom and pan over here.
If you called him, you'd be like, yes, come. I will take a look at it with you.
That's true. Yeah. All he really has to do is get your interest, pique your interest.
Do you want to see what else I like on my Twitter?
Let's just go through your likes. Let's see what freaky shit you like on Twitter, Miles.
Okay.
Okay, so that was that. Canadian politics. Oh, this was cool. This was really cool.
Yeah, this is the meteor over Portugal, May 21st. Look at these
The duck's checking it out. Look at that.
Look at these guys. Like, what the heck is that? They like it.
They're just like us. Clear image of Venus.
Clearest image
What?
of Venus.
I thought it was orange.
Yeah, well.
Shit looks blue to me.
It's not. Oh, there's Pierre Polyev. What a wiener.
What's he saying?
Printing money, and that you fight the drug overdose crisis.
That's enough. His whiny ass voice. 2 minutes. I don't think so.
He's an absolute wiener. Oh, yeah. Norm Macdonald bombing on purpose at the Bob Saget roast.
I probably can't play this. Rent a friend, the VHS friend for lonely people.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Sam, and basically I'm here because I want to be your friend. What's your name?
Miles.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about you now.
Well,
Like, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Canada, and my friend David.
That's a nice part of the country. Any pets?
Yeah, I have 2 dogs. Yeah.
I'm a cat person myself. Yeah.
Ew, that's weird.
Tell me about your parents.
I like
bet
cats.
they're really neat.
Yeah, my
was
parents are
your
great.
mother
They're divorced.
overprotective by any chance?
No, she wasn't.
I don't know.
No.
Is there guilt in your family at all by any chance?
No, I don't think so.
Why is it ending like that?
I tell you, friendship is filled with surprises. And
Oh my God, are you gonna kill
blew
me?
me away with that one.
Oh my God. I don't really care for how that ends.
I really enjoyed that video. That is totally my
why
humor.
is he sitting back satisfied? I don't think he was joking.
I love 80s videos like that.
What number is this for you? I think I'm on like 3.
No,
3 or 4. I don't know. I feel fine.
I've had double the beers David has had today.
Yeah, at least.
Sure.
At least.
I cooked a nice dinner though.
Cooked a great dinner. Fantastic. Dinner. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because I'm getting old, man. And you can't just drink like that. I don't drink on the regular either. Like when I drink, I come over here and I'm like,
I remember there were weekends where we drank like 3 days in a row.
oh, I know. But I remember one in particular, and it was like 2013, and it was like, it's like, what the heck? And after that third day, it was just like, I didn't feel good for a week. Look at my eye right now, man. It's just little.
It looks fine to me. I think the real health issue is not necessarily the drinking. We don't drink all the time. It's more about the cigarettes. Smoking is not good for you.
Oh, man.
And you smoke.
When I drink, I don't smoke otherwise.
Okay.
What are you saying? I chew Nicorette gum. I am addicted to nicotine. I won't deny that. But I don't, I'm not smoking cigs on the rag.
Well, that's good. That's good. You're fine.
But I will tell you this. If you've ever smoked a cigarette and you don't smoke very often, but you were a smoker and you only smoke when you drink, when you have that first cigarette when you're drinking, it's like meeting your best friend in a city that you've never been in before around the corner. You're like, oh, this feels good.
You are. I really hope there are no like people that have quit smoking listening, because right now they're like,
they know exactly what I'm talking about.
They're reminiscing and thinking,
Man,
oh,
smoking's
shit,
great.
I
If
should
it
have
wasn't
a
terrible
cigarette.
for you, smoking is awesome. It feels awesome and it tastes awesome.
I'm not sure.
Until you're sober, and then you're like, oh man, this smells and it's gross.
It feels bad in your chest. I'm not sure if I have shared this before. I know I have with you, but there was a time you and a buddy of ours was over at my like old apartment in Toronto.
Oh, this is years ago.
Yeah, this is like 2011 or something. And you guys were just smoking and smoking and smoking. I hope my mom's not listening. I had like 1 or 2. and then I woke up the next day and was like, I feel like buying a pack of cigarettes. And I knew in that moment that if I had gone down, there's a convenience store like right underneath. If I had gone down and bought a pack of cigarettes, that would have been, I would have been
the best day of your life.
I would have been addicted and done. And I'm so glad I held to my willpower and did not do it. And because I know myself enough to know I'm addicted to like to like nostalgia and like feeling nice, and I feel like cigarettes can evoke a lot of that. Like you can connect memories to it
Think
and
about
like
this,
a feeling to it, as
Think
opposed to
about-
just like the nicotine that obviously.
Because obviously you're gonna have one more cigarette in your life at some point. Think about this: the 1980s, man. The 1980s, a nice hotel overlooking a skyline, and there's smoking allowed in the room, right? And you're like,
And now they're all dead,
I want to have a cigarette.
and they all died of lung cancer. So
But they had the
It's over.
time of their lives.
that's probably the Quaaludes as opposed to the actual cigarettes.
I don't
That's
know.
probably why they had the time of their lives.
Anyway, don't smoke. I want to go smoke right now. Can we end this?
Yeah, we can end this. It's been fun. Let's make sure we do this more often than we have.
Mm-hmm.
Bye,
thank you. I
everybody.
love you.
And encourage Miles to start his cooking YouTube.
I will do it.
All right. You'll see how great he is. All right. Goodbye.